music playing loud and proud. Passengers just can't ignore her voice, a lion shaking roar. She's an Uber cougar bold, feels the story's never old, sings along with every song in her ride where we belong. Linda, the car karaoke queen, lives her life with just one dream, connecting hearts through every ride, singing stories never hide. From Jason's jokes to Larry's tales, her car's a ship with wind-filled sails, podcasts filling every seat, Linda's rhythm can't be beat. Every trip a brand new story, with her passengers in glory, laughing, crying all the ride, in her car we all confide. Linda, the car karaoke queen, lives her life with just one dream, connecting hearts through every ride, singing stories never hide. Linda, the car karaoke queen, lives her life with just one dream, connecting hearts through every ride, singing stories never hide. From Jason's jokes to Larry's tales, her car's a ship with wind-filled sails.
Hey guys, welcome to the Gig Economy Podcast. Today we have Linda, and we actually talked about Linda about a month ago, and she is the queen of karaoke while she drives people around. And we just loved your energy when we played the video and all that fun stuff. And I told my co-host Larry, I was like, hey, see if you can track her down. And,
yes.
TikTok's a little weird because, you only can leave like 2 messages and then they stop you. So it's kind of hard to connect, but I'm glad we did. So Linda, tell me a little bit about yourself. What got you into doing Uber? Because that's probably, my guess, your only thing that you do. We call it gig work. A lot of people, or I used to call it rideshare, and people would look at me like, what's rideshare? You know what I mean? Back in the day, because we've been driving for 8 years. So yeah. Tell me how you got into the gig economy and why you did it.
Well, I had been in the medical field for like 35 years. And honestly, I woke up on the wrong side of rock bottom one night. I went from being a hero to a zero. I was actually sleeping in truck stops at one point. But I got myself together, and I actually packed up a U-Haul because I went back to Kentucky to try to regroup. But then I packed up a U-Haul and I actually moved into an apartment in Dunedin. And I wanted to get a good feel of where all the good restaurants were, the beaches, the hotels. And I also love people. So I just thought, it's a win-win. I'm going to make a little extra money. And plus I get to go and find out where all the great spots are, right? Yep. Because listen, I'm driving St. Pete, Tampa, Clearwater. That is great for Ubers, right? Yeah. And so that's how I kind of kicked it off for the purpose. My intention was just to connect with people and to find out where all the great places were.
So did you find some great places?
Found great little hot spots. Yes. Little gyms that, yes, I love hole in the walls and I love down to earth. Yeah. I found some great spots.
Yeah. You'll have to send me some of those. Like I said, we get down to that area quite a bit and we're always looking for some good spots.
Yeah. Yes, I will. I'll do that.
So when did you start? What year did you start driving for Uber? Like, I just need to know, like, was it like before upfront pricing? Was it after upfront pricing? Like, what year did that start for you?
It was the year that COVID hit.
Okay.
And
2020?
Yeah. So I've been on again, off again. I actually took a year off and I went and I started selling furniture. And I've never, listen, I went into Ashley and I told the gentleman, I said, listen, I've never sold a thing. I said, I probably couldn't sell Fat Albert a Girl Scout cookie. I said, I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try. So they hired me, and so I sold furniture for a year. I didn't do too bad,
Mhm.
but a young kid got a hold of my old videos and said, "You got a great thing going here." So he started reposting some of my old videos, and it blew up.
Wow.
And the next thing I know, I'm on Good Morning America, Fox and Friends, the New York Post,
Mhm.
every talk show in Tampa, Clearwater. I just blew up over this young kid who took my old videos and reposted them.
That's
And
amazing.
so I'm back doing my gig work again because it feels good. It feels
Sure.
good.
Yeah. So it's so interesting how things being reposted and shared. I feel like a lot of TikTok is people get found that are just random people
Mhm.
like in their basement recording music, and someone's like, you know what? I kind of like that. And then one other person shares it, and then somebody that has like, 2 million followers
Yeah.
shares it, and you're like, before
Yeah.
you know it, your phone's ringing off the hook. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, it's crazy how that algorithm works. So you talk about you're known as the queen of karaoke. Have you always been into music, and have you been a karaoke singer? Is that something that's always been in your life, or how did you kind of come up with this idea? Hey, I'm going to do this, karaoke in my car.
Well, honestly, fellas, I believe that I love to connect with people,
Hmm.
right? And I knew that religion and politics was off the table, but I also knew that music, it speaks to everybody's soul. No, I would say 8 out of 10 passengers, they want to sing, right? Listen, I had one comment that said, every introvert's worst nightmare. Right? Right?
Sure.
Because I get it, right?
Yeah.
But no, I connect with people, and I think I do it through music because I
Mhm.
think music speaks to everybody's soul.
Sure.
Listen, I have so many videos like today. I was out. I only did 4 rides. But guess what? It's a large Hispanic population,
Yeah.
right? I get 4 passengers back to back, and none of them speak English, right? And they'll tell me that. They get in the back seat. Well, I pull up Latino top hits and the tablets in the back, and
Yeah.
and so their face lights up. I'm dancing. Okay, they're laughing, and they start singing Latino music. I don't know what they're saying, right?
right.
But I pretend I do.
Yeah, you're
Hey,
grooving.
oh
I mean,
yeah.
I'm sure it's great music. You just
Yes.
don't know the
Right, I don't
words.
know what to
Exactly.
say. It just makes you want to dance.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show you we don't have to speak the same language to enjoy something so universal.
Right.
For sure. So you talked about the tablet, and I know you had said to me on the phone that a lot of people want to know, like, what's the setup, what are you using? Can you explain it? You don't have to get down to the nitty gritty, but like, is there some software, or is
No,
it an app on a tablet, or is it as simple as just Bluetooth connect?
it's that simple. It's
Okay.
where yeah, my phone talks to the tablet
Yep.
on Spotify. And
Okay.
so
Okay.
and the lyrics come up, and then if you're up front with me, the phone that I have mounted, the lyrics come up there. So even the person sitting in the back seat on the third row, as they're looking forward, they're seeing lyrics along. So there's lyrics on 2 different places. I could actually have it on 3. And people have asked me, why don't you get a bigger vehicle? Well, I'll be honest, it's hard to manage 4 people in the car
Yeah.
yelling, "Oh, I
Mm.
want,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
song, Don't Stop Believing." And,
Mm.
what I have going with the sedan is just enough entertainment that I can manage. I'm sure I could manage 6, but
I would recommend don't do it
Right.
because, man, I tell you, the more people you get, because I started out with XLs. I just got my first sedan, I would call it.
Mhm.
And XLs, man, it's just a different breed. People just get a little bit rowdier. There's more people. It just gets a little more challenging. And on that note,
Yeah.
we're talking about this fun stuff. Tell me some shitty rides. Tell me some that were like, have you had a puker? Have you had somebody just be weird?
Oh, honey,
or
let me
anything?
tell y'all something. I got more stories than Mother Goose, and I and I could tell you all. Yes, I've been cussed out because I wouldn't let children in my car without car seats.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Been there.
I'll tell you what I see a big red flag is I pick up college girls and like at midnight, 1:00, and they're so drunk. They're drunker than Cooter Brown.
Yep.
And they're in my back seat and half of their clothes are on. I pull up to where they have to be. I walk them into their apartment. I feed their cat. Listen, I go over and beyond because I've got a daughter, right?
Yeah.
But what I see is this falling into the hands of the wrong Uber driver.
Right.
And unfortunately, I get the comment a lot of times when they get in, I'm glad you're a woman. And so, yeah, but our market down here is flooded with Uber drivers right now.
Yeah.
Flooded.
Sure.
Flooded.
Yeah. I can really relate to what you're talking about. That's kind of my little niche. I drive in Bowling Green, which is a college town with Western Kentucky University.
Yeah.
Probably 75% of my riders are when school's in session are college kids.
Yeah.
And drive late nights, Thursday nights, and then Saturday nights. But I've kind of built up a reputation because I do an Instagram called Lifting with Larry, and I'll take selfies with them because college kids, you know how many pictures they take when they're in your car.
Yes.
50 pictures on a 3-minute ride.
Well,
So I take pictures with them.
Can I pause you in the back
Sure.
seat? I have a thing where you put your phone up where they
Yeah.
can video themselves and take.
There you
Oh,
go.
geez.
So I make it convenient.
Genius.
For 'em.
Dude,
Yeah.
you got it
Go
all
ahead.
going on.
So you take pictures with Larry. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's become well known around the college, and they know they can trust me. Just like you said, I've got 5 sisters, 3 daughters. I'm very protective of my female passengers, and they can sense, they understand that, and they've talked to other people, so they will request me. They'll text me or something. We're going out. Can you drive us tonight?
Yeah.
So you do make that connection through different ways. Yours is kind of through music. Mine's through the selfies. It's so funny. I sent a video to Jason just today. People get in the car and they're like, "Are you lifting with Larry?" Like, yeah. And they're like, you would think they got in the car with a Kardashian. They are so excited.
I know.
It's hilarious. It makes no rhyme or reason.
I know it. I'm getting recognized out in public.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure you are.
I'm getting recognized, and I'll tell this story. I'm not proud of it, and it's something that I'm not. Maybe we can edit this out, but okay. So I would pick up these little young college whippersnappers in my car, right? And they'll be drunk and they'll be wanting to talk game. They talk smack, right?
Yeah.
Well, I just look at them. I said, "Go ahead, talk all that game." I said, "Y'all need to be careful." I said, "My name is Linda," and I look back at them and I said, "But my name's also the Uber Cougar." I said.
They didn't know what to do then, did they?
Oh, they don't.
They're like, shut the hell up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll talk.
But I don't ever. I was at a pool hall last week, and somebody walked up to me and he said, "You're the Uber Cougar." I said, I don't want to be associated like that. I got to keep, because honestly, guys, I mean, think about this. I've got a son that's 43 years old. I don't want. Look at the reverse of it. If it was
yes.
you couldn't have Larry Donkey Hammer as you couldn't. You couldn't.
Oh my God. Linda, you have said some like 3 good one-liners in this episode. It's great. Donkey Hammer.
A female can get away with so much more than what a male can. And listen, I've got a couple videos out there where I'm telling these young kids that I'm the Uber Cougar. if I was the mother of these boys, I wouldn't be happy with this woman who's saying that,
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So,
Well, you definitely, you change your tune and you're doing, no pun intended. You change your tune. You're doing karaoke now. That's part of the past, but I mean, it's good. It's your story. That's what you did and moving forward. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think it's hilarious, to be honest with you. So I wouldn't
it's all
worry
in
about
fun,
it too much.
and most people can tell that.
So how was going on Good Morning America? Like, they obviously flew down to you, right? You didn't fly to New York.
Yeah. It was great. But like I said, I was also on Fox and Friends. Oh, the New York Post wrote the best article about me.
Yeah.
Oh, and I've gotten a lot of exposure, a lot. But I will tell y'all this. So for a long time, I was editing my videos, but I was zooming out on me and making it about the people in the back. And the producers at Good Morning America said, you got to stop doing that. And see, at first, I just wanted to make it about my passengers and not about me.
Yeah.
Right. And because I'm 63. I get called granny. I'm not, but it's okay. And he said, no, Linda, they want to see your personality.
Mm-hmm.
They want to see your interaction. And I didn't feel comfortable. I still don't feel comfortable. He said, but you've got to start getting comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of where I'm at now. I'm thinking about starting doing some lives. I thought about going down to the beach and listen, I could just hold a sign outside my car saying, can I ask you a question? And people will walk over to my car. Y'all, it's about energy.
Yeah.
It's about good vibes, good energy. And I just realized that I had a gift. And it took me 6 years ago when I fell on rock bottom to realize that I had this gift.
Yeah.
And now I'm embracing this gift. And so I just love to leave people better than I found them. And I do. I love people. Listen, I don't chase the outcome. I chase my passion.
Okay.
And my passion is just to make sure that people get in my car. Listen, if they're not happy getting in, I guarantee they're going to be happy getting out.
Unless they're an introvert.
Yes.
I really love your energy in your story. And honestly, that's good advice. They're watching it because of you and your interaction with the kids. You can see karaoke anywhere. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you can see Journey Don't Stop Believing anywhere. You know what I mean? But with you interacting with them, you're quote unquote the star. Yeah, they want to see both. If it was just you singing, it wouldn't work. You need both of them. You know what I mean?
Right.
You need your energy and your fun being fun, and then them being fun and drunk like that. It just works.
Yeah. It just works.
It just works.
But listen, I want other people to do what I'm doing.
No, you don't. Well, they can do it. Just don't put it on TikTok.
It makes such a great ride for the Uber people.
It does.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. Like, honestly, for me, I would not like it. And that has nothing to do with you. I'm kind of introverted. I'd be like, no, thank you. Now, if I was with a group of friends and I was drunk, I would absolutely love it.
You would kill it.
I would kill it. I would be, you would be like, oh gosh, shut up, Jason. You're so loud.
What song are you going to put on?
I mean, any Journey.
Oh, okay. Don't Stop Believing. Yeah. That's the number one.
Probably Sweet Child of Mine.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. We need to have her for our picnic weekend.
Oh my gosh. That would be amazing.
Yeah. But it's cool to hear you talk about the connection you have, because to me, that's a huge part of why I drive. Sure. It's nice to make extra money. And I'm one who enjoys driving. A lot of people don't, but I do. But that connection with the people is huge. And I was watching one of the videos you just, I think, posted maybe yesterday. A lady got in your car and, you're going through your ride with her, and she was talking about how she was going through a divorce, and this is exactly what she needed. And you never know. We talk about that all the time. You never know what's going on in that person's life, what they've been through, what they're heading toward, things like that. You just never know. And you do meet some amazing people and hear some just amazing stories from people.
Oh, that's what I'm saying, you all. I picked up 2 girls, beautiful
Mhm.
girls. They were dressed in black, looked like they were going out for the evening.
Mhm.
And they get in the car, and I ask them what kind of music they're listening to, and they got to sing, and they were laughing and looking at each other in the camera. And at the end of the ride, she said, "Thank you so much." She said, "We just buried one of our best friends from a overdose."
Oh,
wow.
And we were at her funeral all day, but she says, "You don't know, you putting us in here and how uplifting we feel." So, like I said, she told me that at the end of the ride.
yeah.
The stories are unbelievable, because if people feel that comfortable, they're solo in my car and they're going to sing like their little hearts out. Listen, the ones that don't sing, they're pouring their hearts out. They're pouring their guts out to me, because I think people feel comfortable. And I kind of, get them to talk and ask the right questions, and find out where they're at. Yeah. One girl, she was such an introvert. I picked her up from her grandma's house, and she's a little server down on Clearwater Beach. We just did a little bit of talking, but then we're stuck on the bridge. And I said, "Tiffany, what kind of music you listen to?" She said, "I'm really dark. I do underground dark." She goes, "Music you've never heard of." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I just said, "What kind of music did you grow up with?" And she said, "Well, my mom would always play Bruno Mars on the way to school." And I said, "I love Bruno Mars." She said, "So do I." And I said, "Can I put some on?" So I put on Uptown Funk You Up,
Yeah.
Uptown Funk You Up. You all, she is back there dancing and singing her little heart out. She is letting loose. Like, she surprised me. I like, even my face, I'm like, is this the same little girl? It just took that music, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
I pull up to Frenchie's, and she looks at me. She gets ready to get out of the car, and she says, "Linda, I want to tell you, thank you so much." She says, "My mom died 3 months ago, and you were able to pull her memory back in the car with me."
Mm.
And I just welled up. I
Yeah.
mean, I was like,
Sure.
you know, and she said, "You just don't know how much that made me feel." Like I said, we never know what kind of rocks are in someone else's shoes,
For
Mhm.
sure.
but
That's great.
that video is just adorable to watch, especially when you know the story behind it,
Right.
But yeah, it's pretty amazing. I love what I do. I'm not getting paid
Yeah.
jack.
Yeah.
Honey, no, it's a sucky job. But you know what? Do you know when I flex? I love to flex. When I flex, when the Uber pays me $3.97, and then I get a $10 tip.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, my tips are great because I provide a service,
Right.
and I make that connection.
And
So I may only have a 5-minute ride, but
right.
some people, my highest tip was 500.
Wow.
Yeah. So you go above and beyond, that's for sure. And that's what,
Yeah.
that's what people enjoy. If you're just, if you're just taking somebody from here to there, there's nothing special about that, but they're going to remember their trip with you because they never had that experience or anything like that before.
Well, as we wrap up here, I want to thank Linda. I thank you so much for coming on. I really enjoyed it. Like, I didn't know what to expect. Sometimes these interviews can be a little like, we'll see. You know what I mean? But you've shined. You've gave me some like incredible one-liners I can clip, which is hilarious for promotion, and I appreciate that. So
anytime y'all want to have me back on, just give me a holler.
Okay. I've been looking forward to this. The night we had your story on, me and we have another guy who co-hosts with us, Gabe, occasionally. And we did the story on and played your clip from you. And I was like, that's amazing. I think Gabe's one. He's like, well, you should get in touch with her, or you should have her on the show.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to. And it's like, I don't know how, like you said, TikTok, it's kind of hard to communicate. I'm like, I'm just gonna comment on her post until she
And you
blocks
did,
me
and you
or she
did.
agrees to come on the
Yeah,
show.
yeah. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you reached out.
Oh yeah, we
out.
thoroughly enjoyed having you.
Linda, what is your username on TikTok?
Lyrics with Linda.
Thanks again for coming on.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks,
you.
Linda.
Thank you.
This podcast is produced and edited by Hey Guys Media Group. Want to start a podcast? Check out heyguysmediagroup.com.